was a moment early on in the Chimera Ant arc of Hunter x Hunter where Killua was fighting one of the earlier ants, but instead of fighting him, he hears his brother in his head screaming, "Run, run, run." His entire life, he's been told to run away from an opponent who's stronger than him. That's how assassins were raised. That's how his brother wanted him to be. But Killua was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to help my dog gone out. I'm trying to stick by his side and be that good friend for him. And his brother's programming just didn't let him do that. And that moment to me is like, it was a really impactful moment because it showed this character who was a badass assassin, really cool up to the point, overcoming like such a huge barrier in his life. Like, this kept him from doing a lot of things. Like, he didn't have any relationships that he cared about until this point. That's just not how he was wired. He wasn't raised to form relations and friendships and shit like that. So when he finally found one that he wanted to protect, him pulling out that needle was super fucking impactful because it signified him removing an obstacle that kept him from growing and changing as a person. And now with that obstacle gone, he can become who he wants to become. So now let me ask you this. How many times have you woken up? You wanted to try something, whether it's going out to the gym, whether it's doing something creative for real, like, you feel me? You wanted to draw. You wanted to, I don't fucking know, make music. You want to do this. You want to do that. Whatever you wanted to do. How many times have you wanted to actually make a change in your life, but then you get on social media or you go somewhere else and you start comparing yourself to other people? You start letting the things that you see keep you from chasing the things that you want. You don't even gotta lie to me, because I know for a fact a good handful, maybe almost all of y'all, including me, have wanted to do something, get on IG, get on Twitter or whatever, TikTok, whatever, and you're just like, wow, this person's really, really good. Like, they've been doing this for years. Like, how could I ever, like, imagine getting to this point? I'll never be that good. I'll never be that talented. And then you just stop. You stagnate. You get scared. You let your fear of failure get in your way of actually chasing something positive in your life. Just as bad or almost worse, you actually start doing what you wanted to do, what creative endeavor you want to do, what lifestyle change you wanted to do, and then you let your perfectionism hold you back. You're like, oh, I'm a perfectionist. This is not perfect. This is not up to there. You're still comparing yourself to people who've done this shit for years. Oh, my body doesn't look like this even though I've been doing this, like, I've been going to the gym for 3 months. Oh, my art doesn't look like this even though I've been doing this for 6 months. Shit like that makes you quit. So once you don't see the same results that you see from these other people, you just sit there, you're froze. You're like, bruh, what am I doing this for if I can't get to them? And it further just reinforces, like, oh, I can't do this. I'm not as talented. They just came out the womb better than I am at this. And it fucks up all momentum, all progress. And it's so detrimental to your mind. Because at the end of every day, you just attribute you not having instant success to just you being lesser than the people that you're looking up to, when in reality it's not true. Personally, this has happened to me on many occasions. I like to do a lot of things. I like to write. I like to make these videos. I like to do a lot of shit, and drawing's one of them. But for a good while, I stopped drawing because I follow all these artists on IG, and I'm just like, bro, like, their art looks so fucking cool. But when I would try to start drawing and try to start sketching, I'm like, I can do this. They make it seem really easy. I go in, get my iPad out, you feel me? I'm chilling, I'm ready. I start drawing, and it looks like shit. But it's supposed to. It's a new skill. You can't just pick something up and expect for it to be professional level. The professionals have had years, decades. You, me, we can't just pick it up. They didn't just pick it up. It took them time. That's what this incessant fear of failure that gets worsened by all the stuff we have access to on the internet, that's what it does. All this perfectionism, all this comparison, that's what it does. Like, it just holds you back and makes you feel less. You feel inferior. You just feel like you're wasting your time. When in reality, bro, I'm gonna tell you this shit right now, you're not. You even wanting to do something in this day and age, something that regular people just don't do, you're already taking that step that's putting you above a lot of people. So instead of looking at it from, I'm not as good as the top tier elite, look at it from a standpoint like, I am bettering myself, and a lot of people just don't do that. So you're already catching a massive W by just starting. Once you get that routine and keep continuing, yeah, you're gonna suck at whatever you're gonna do in the beginning. That's just how it's gonna be. But if you keep putting that grind and keep putting that effort in, bro, you gonna look up one day and be like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm cooking. What? This shit look good. I look good. Like, the stuff you create, or like the body you've crafted in the gym, or whatever the fuck you want to do, will look spectacular because you gave it time. You harnessed that skill. You have done what everyone who's at the top has done, and you didn't let some fear of failing fuck you up. You didn't let that shit stop you. My challenge to you is this, bro. Every time you wake up, man, I want you to look in the mirror. Take a good deep look and really appreciate what you're looking at. Because I'm going to tell you this shit right now, G, there's a star in there somewhere, bro. You just got to bring them out. You got to find it in you to take the barriers off. Pull out that needle that Killua pulled out that's been holding you back for I don't know how long. Pull that shit out, because there's a star in there, and you know you got the potential. You know you got the potential. So don't let comparison, fear, perfectionism keep you from reaching that fucking goal you want to reach, bro. The fear of failure, perfectionism, and all this stuff is dangerous. If you sit on Instagram and scroll and be like, I'll never be them, you genuinely will never be who you want to be. All the potential you have will be gone. It'll be dashed out, and you'll just be another average motherfucker. It's just how it is. But if you want to reach somewhere, chase that shit. Do what you gotta do. It's gonna be slow. For most of us, it's gonna take some time. But luckily, life is not, it's not a race. Like, I'm sorry if you've heard this cliche a million times. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Some people finish it faster than others, but dog, it is what it is. It's not your job to look at how quickly people ran their race. You feel me? It's up to you to finish your own. So don't limit yourself by pigeonholing yourself into, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm only good at this, so I'm gonna do this. No. Chase your dreams. Do what the fuck you want to do, and you're gonna see sizable progress. So hey, I hope you enjoyed this kind of video. I was feeling inspirational, and it's something that affects me in my own life too. Like, we're all in this shit together. So if you like the video, leave a like for me. If you fuck with me, drop that subscribe for me. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. And that's VOA.